Hey guys, in this tutorial we will create this Polaroid filter here in the Spark AR Studio with a blurred background, as you can see here, and this vintage color LUT applied. You can find all assets you need for this filter in the description. There is a link where you can download it, and when you have downloaded all the files, we can start. Hey again, so let's create this Polaroid filter. The first step we have to do is to import all our assets. Yeah, I will import here the Polaroid and the masks.png by drag and drop into our Spark AR Studio. The LUT we are importing otherwise, so here click on Add Assets, then to go to Import, here Color LUT, and then select the LUT to import. So this is very important because when we are now drag and dropping the LUT to our batch editor, we get here this color LUT shader batch, and yeah, we need this for this filter. So the next step is that we turn off here the compression of our textures because we want the best quality here for this filter. So next, move on to your scene panel, and here we have to create a canvas object. In this canvas object we have to create 3 rectangles. So I will create one and then duplicate it 2 times, so we have 3 rectangles. The first will be the Polaroid rectangle. The second will be the filter that would be in the frame of the Polaroid, and the last one would be the blur, so the background of this filter. So now make sure the rectangle is covering the whole viewport, so select all your rectangles, go to the right hand side and click here on fill width and then also on fill height. So after this is done, we are creating our materials. So just create 3 materials. One would be the filter, the other would be the blur, and the last one will be the Polaroid. So select all materials and then set the shader type from standard to flat. The next step would be for me here that I called it Polaroid. Okay, let's change this. Would be that I set here the Polaroid frame. So for this, click on the Polaroid material, go to the right hand side and set the texture to Polaroid. And then just go to the rectangle and then set the material to the Polaroid material. So now we can see this frame here in our viewport. The next step we have to do is to click on our camera object in the scene and then click on texture extraction. Then go to your assets panel and drag and drop the camera texture into your batch editor. Then connect the RGBA output of the camera texture to the input of the texture of the color LUT shader. So now the important part begins. Go to your materials, then click on the filter, and here click on this little arrow next to texture. Now you will see this batch in your batch editor, and now connect the output of the LUT shader with this new patch here. So after this is done, go to your filter rectangle and then select as material here the filter. So now we will see that the LUT is already applied and we have set the material to this rectangle. But we want this image here in this Polaroid frame. So yeah, just click on the filter rectangle, go to the right hand side to scale, and here set the scale to 0.73. So now the frame is here in the Polaroid, but yeah, as you can see here it doesn't end here at the Polaroid frame, it goes beyond that. So yeah, just move it a little bit up, and by doing that you have the problem that it goes above the frame, but yeah, no problem because we have imported this mask texture here. So go to your material, so the filter material, activate alpha, and here set as texture the mask texture, and then click on invert. So yeah, now we got rid of this little thing that was beyond the Polaroid frame. So now the last thing is that we create the background here, so that this that there is this blurred background. For this we have to import a new patch. So this patch is in the library, in the Spark AR library. So click on library and here search for blur. Hit enter and you will find this blur Spark AR assets. Click on it and then click here on import free. So after downloading, this is done and you will find it here in the under patches in your assets panel. Just drag and drop it into your asset panel and then connect the output of the color LUT shader with the texture input of the blur, and then go to your materials to blur and click on the little arrow next to texture and connect the output of the blur patch with the input of this new blur patch. So after this is done, click on your blur rectangle, go to materials and set blur as the material for this rectangle. And now you will see we have a background, a blurred background behind our Polaroid. So now this filter is done. I hope I could help you with this tutorial. If yes, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, just subscribe to it. Would be really nice. I will upload a lot of new tutorials to this channel in the next few weeks. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.